48 teams. What does that mean for the World Cup? Because why does it need to expand into this such, from 32 to 48, that's a huge expansion. Why do we need more teams to play? What is the point of it?
Well, the expansion means it gives more teams the chance to participate. I think the growth of football depends on giving more teams, emerging nations, to have the chance to compete at the highest level. But the key question is not the number of additional games. The additional games, whether it will affect the tournament, whether it will dilute the tournament, or whether it will enhance the tournament.
And also 3 countries. Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, it does require 3 countries. If you think about 104 games, 48 teams, it's a huge test to the host countries' logistics, infrastructure. And by the way, the next edition
is also 3 countries.
Will also be hosted by 3 countries: Spain,
it might
Morocco,
become the new normal.
Talking about hosting the World Cup in the United States, maybe we have somebody that are waiting online to rebut.
Going back to earlier in the show when you were talking about your first memories, my first memories go back to '94 when the World Cup was in the US, and what a wonderful event that was. I had a chance to go to some of the games in Chicago that year, including the Germany-Colombia game, and it was just a great time. And I think that the US football culture is far more developed now than it was in '94, and much of that stems from what happened in '94. So I think there's a lot of excitement around this World Cup.
And how do people think about hosting the World Cup in the United States? Of course, it's not the first time, but is there any difference this time than the last time around?
So, of course, this time around, you guys talked a little bit about the pricing issues. It has made it difficult for a lot of normal fans to really get into the spirit by attending matches, and even the talk of the fan zones being ticketed instead of free has caused some consternation and some negative feelings. But I think this being the biggest World Cup, this being hosted in 3 different countries, and this being one of the strongest U.S. teams and possibly the strongest in history, or at least in the past 30 years, has people very much excited for it.